While conducting statistical inquiry, data can be collected either for all the units of a problem or a small number of units are observed and conclusions are generalized to the entire problem. But data collected should be accurate. So there are two methods of statistical inquiry. One is census method and the other is sample method. We shall discuss both the methods, focusing on unrestricted random sampling in this video. Hello everyone, welcome to our Eco Studies channel. I am Poonam Vora, your instructor from Egypt, bringing 28 years of dedicated CBSE teaching experience. We are introducing series for our subjects to give you an insight of our offered courses on our website that will help you prepare for CBSE and CUET examinations. But before we jump into the concepts, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss out on any of my free valuable videos. And if you like the content, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share with your friends. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Now let's get started. Let us try to understand the census and the sample method. Census method is a well-organized procedure of gathering, recording, and analyzing information regarding the members of the population. It's an official and complete count of the universe, wherein every unit of the universe is included in the collection of data. Here, universe means a region, city, or country or group of people through which the data can be acquired. This whole round comprises universe, which represents the number of people from whom data needs to be collected. Under this technique, the enumeration is conducted about the population by considering the entire population. Hence, this method requires huge finance, time, and labor for gathering information. This method is useful to find out the ratio of males to females, or the ratio of literate to illiterate people, or the ratio of people living in urban areas to the people living in rural areas. Whereas sample method is a process in which the fraction of population is selected to represent the characteristics of the larger group. This method is used for statistical testing, where it is not possible to consider all members or observations because the population size is very large. As statistical inferences are based on the sampling observations, selection of appropriate sample is of utmost importance. So the sample selected should represent the entire universe and not exhibit a particular section. Based on the data collected from the representative samples, the conclusion is drawn for the whole population. For example, a company places an order for raw materials by simply checking out the sample. The units which constitute the sample are considered sampling units. Going into the details of sampling, it can either be random sampling or non-random sampling. Random sampling is one of the simplest forms of collecting data from the total population. Under random sampling, each sample has an equal probability of being chosen. A sample chosen randomly is meant to be an unbiased representation of the total population. For example, the total workforce in organization is 300, and to conduct a survey, a sample group of 30 employees is selected to do the survey. So in this case, each member of the workforce has an equal opportunity of being chosen because all the employees who were chosen to be a part of the survey were selected randomly. The main merits of random sampling is that the selection of various items in the sample remains free from the personal bias of the investigator. And due to random character of the sample, the rules of probability are applicable. And as the size of random sample increases, it becomes more and more representative of the population. But at the same time, there are few demerits also. If the sample size is small, it may not reflect the true characteristics of the population. And then the selection of random sample requires the preparation of the sampling frame, which may be difficult for a large population. Whereas non-random sampling is one in which all the items of the universe do not have equal chances of being selected. The investigator selects samples based on convenience or his judgment rather than based on probability. But this is useful where the personal judgment of the investigator is important, as it helps in drawing a sample of a small size. Also, it helps in observing some characteristics in detail. But it also has its demerits. It is not based on probability, so it does not guarantee any accuracy. And secondly, the selection of items may be affected by the personal bias or prejudice. Types of random sampling. There are two methods of random sampling. One, simple unrestricted random sampling, and two, restricted random sampling. Right now we shall focus on simple unrestricted random sampling. It's a method in which every item of the population has an equal chance of getting selected. There are two main ways of having simple unrestricted random sampling. One is lottery method and two is making use of random number tables. Popularly used is Tippets table. So let's discuss lottery method. Under the lottery method, it is very simple and known to everyone that certain paper slips are made for each item in the population. Then the slips are shuffled in a container and without any biases, some slips are drawn out. The slips then become the samples of the universe. This is a very common method for allotment of plots, houses, or selection of students for pre-primary classes. Another method is making use of tables of random numbers. Random number tables have been generated to guarantee equal probability of selection of every individual in the population. These are available either in a published form or can be generated in calculators and computers. And one can start using the table from anywhere, from any page, any column, row, or any point. Now let's understand about the Tippets table. There are several standard tables of random numbers which are available. Some of these can be either Tippets table or Candle and Smith table or Fisher and Yates table. Tippets random number tables are very commonly used tables. Now let us understand how can one use Tippets table. Tippets random number tables consist of 41,600 random digits grouped into 10,400 sets of 4-digit random numbers. Suppose we want to pick up a sample of 20 students from 4,000 students who are enrolled in a university, and one needs to find out the performance of these students, for which Tippets table can be used. Here, first 30 numbers of Tippets table are given. One needs to pick up a sample of 20 students. So all those roll numbers will be picked up which are less than 4,000. So one can start either column wise or row wise or diagonally. To pick up the sample of 20 students, one can pick up roll number 2952, 3170, 3408, 0560, 2762, 3992, 1300, 3563, 1112, then 2693, 1089, then 1545, 2670, 1396, and that's all. So from first 30 numbers, one can pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we get the sample of 14 students. To make a complete sample of 20 students, for the rest 6 students, we shall make use of the next 30 numbers and complete a sample of 20 students. To learn more, visit our website and enroll in our courses to master economics and get a higher score in CBSE and CUET examination. With our current introductory offer, you can enroll in each of the courses for just Rs 999. So, seize the opportunity and join before the introductory offer expires. Like, share and subscribe to Eco Studies channel. Also, drop a comment. See you in the next session for another concept. Thank you.